Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are group 4 for presentation today, and we'll talk about management decision making, and will be conducted by me as moderator, and then Fatia Mardiah, Jihan Salsabila, Khairunisa Al-Akna, and Sapitri Akimusala. So, this presentation will be presented by two chapters. The first chapter is different types of decision making, and then how does decision making process work. Next. And for the first chapter, will be presented by Khairunisa Al-Akna.
Okay, first we talk about types of decision making. There are three types of decision making. First is unstructured decision. Unstructured decision are those in which the decision maker must prove judgment, evaluation, and insight to solve the problem. Each of these decisions is novel, important, and non-routine, and there is none well understood or agreed on procedure for making them. Second, structured decision. Structured decision, by contrast, are repetitive and routine, and they involve definite procedures for handling them, so they do not have to be treated each time as if they were new. And third, semi-structured decision is a decision have elements of both types of that decision above. Next slide, please. Okay, next we will talk about the decision-making process. There are four different stages in decision-making. First, intelligence consists of discovering, identifying, and understanding the problems occurring in the organization, why a problem exists, where, and what effects it is having on the firm. Second, design involves identifying and exploring various solutions to the problem. Third, choice consists of choosing among solution alternatives. And fourth, implementation involves making the chosen alternative work and continuing to monitor how well the solution is working. Okay, next slide will be presented by Aya.
Okay, the next is managerial roles. Managerial roles are expectation of the activities that managers should perform in an organization. Milberg found that these manager roles fell into three categories: interpersonal, decisional, and informational. First, interpersonal roles. Manager acts as figurehead for the organization when they represent their companies to the outside world and perform symbolic duties, such as giving out employees award in their interpersonal role. Manager act as a leader, attempting to motivate, console, and support subordinate. Manager also act as a liaison between various organization level. Within each of these level, they serve as liaison among the members of the management team. Manager provide time and favors which they expect to be returned. And the second is informational roles. In the informational role, manager act as the nerve center of the organization, receiving the most concrete, up-to-date information and redistributing it to those who need to be aware of it. Managers are therefore information disseminator and spokesperson for the organization. And the third is decisional roles. Manager make decision. In their decision role, they act as entrepreneur by initiating new kind of activities. They handle disturbance arising in the organization. They allocate resources to staff member who need them, and they negotiate conflict and mediate between conflicting groups. Next slide, please. Next is real-world decision making. There are three main reasons: informational quality, management filters, and organizational inertia and politics. First is information quality. High-quality decisions require high-quality information. This describe information quality dimension that affect the quality of decision. If the output of information system doesn't meet this quality criteria, decision making will suffer. The second is management filter. Even with timely, accurate information, manager often make head decision. Manager, like a human being, absorb information through a series of filters to make sense of the world around them. So the designer of this risk management system were encouraged to measure risk in a way that minimize the risk. Next is organizational inertia and politics. Organization are bureaucracy with limited capabilities and competencies for acting decisively. When our environment change and business needs to adapt new business model to survive, among forces within organization resist making decision, calling for major change. Decision taken by a firm often represent a balancing of the firm various internet group rather than the best solution to the problem. Next slide, please. Next is business intelligence. Business intelligence, or BI, is used by hardware and software vendors and informational technology consultants to describe the infrastructure for warehousing, integrating, reporting, and analyzing data that come from the business environment, including big data. Okay, maybe the next slide will be presented by Intan.
Okay, next. Okay, for this chapter, we will talk about the business intelligent environment. The business intelligent environment is composite of 6 elements that work together to support the use of data analytics for decision making. The first one, data from the business environment, is like business gather structured and unstructured data from various sources, including big data. This data needs to be integrated and organized for analysis and used by decision makers. And the second one is business intelligent infrastructure, a powerful database system forms the foundation of business intelligence. It captures and stores all relevant necessary for business operation. And the third is business analytic tools. That software tools are employed to analyze data, generate reports, answer managerial queries. And then managerial user and methods is the effectiveness of business intelligence relies on the skill and knowledge from of human users. And the next is deliver platform MIS, DSS, and ESS. The insight and result delivered from business intelligence and analytics are delivered to different levels of the program through MIS, DSS, and executive support system. And the last is as a user interface is like business analytics software often incorporates visual tools such as graphs, chart, dashboard, and maps. And then overall, the business intelligence environment encompasses data integration, database infrastructure, analytic tools, human expertise, deliver platforms, and user-friendly interface, all working in tandem to enable data-driven decision-making and support business operation. Next slide, please. And then we will talk about business intelligence and analytic capabilities. Promise to deliver correct, nearly real-time information to decision makers, and the analytic tools help them quickly understand the information and take action. And for this chapter, there are 6 analytic element functionalities that BI system deliver to achieve this. And for the first one is production reports. These are predefined reports based on industry-specific requirement, and then parameterized report. User enter several parameters as in a pivot table to filter data and isolate impacts of parameters. And then dashboard or a scorecard. These are visual tools for presenting performance data defined by user. And then ad hoc query or search or report or creation. This allow user to create their own report based on queries and search. And then drill down. This is the ability to move from a high-level summary to a more detailed view. And then forecast scenario models. This include the ability to perform linear forecasting and what-if scenario analyze data using standard statistical tools. And next slide, please. Okay, predictive analytics is a branch of data analytics that use historical data, statistical algorithm, and machine learning techniques to make prediction about future event or outcome. It involves analyzing past and current data to identify patterns, trends, and relationships that can be used to forecast future outcome. And for the predictive analytics, utilize various techniques such as regression analysis, time series analysis, decision trees, neural network, and clustering, among others, to analyze data and make prediction. By examining historical data and identifying patterns, predict analytics can help business and organization anticipate future events, behavior, and trends. For the next, we will be presented by Ola.
Predictive analytics are starting to use big data from both private and public sectors, including data from social media, customer transaction, and outputs from sensors and machine. What big data analytics can do? First, analyze transactional big data to develop customized product for customers, and then improve wind turbine placement for optimal energy output using IBM Bikes Insight software and IBM Firestorm supercomputer to analyze 2.8 petabytes of structured and unstructured data on Vestas wind systems. And then in Hans.com, Big Data Analytics can analyze massive database with data from customer purchases, social networks, and signal from around the web to produce a taste graph that maps users with their predicted affinity to products, services, and websites. And then operational intelligence and analytics. Many decisions deal with how to run the business of these cities on a day-to-day basis. These are largely operational decisions, and this type of business activity monitoring is called operational intelligence. An example of operational intelligence is the use of data generated by sensors on trains and equipment by SNCF, which operates France rail services, including France high-speed rail network. And then location analytics and geographic information systems. BI and analytics include location analytics, the ability to gain business insight from the location geographic component of data, including location data from mobile phones, output from sensors or scanning devices, and data from maps. And then GIS or Geographic Information System provide tools to help decision makers visualize problems that benefit from mapping.
For the next presentation will be present Gihan Salsabila. Take your time.
Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, I will explain about decision support for operational and middle management. This is support for semi-structured decisions. Like some managers are super users and can business analysts who want to create their own reports and use more sophisticated analytics and models to find patterns in data. Decision support systems, or DSS, are the business intelligence delivery platform for this category of users, with the ability to support semi-structured decision-making. DSS rely more heavily on modeling than management information systems, using mathematical or analytical models to perform what-if or other kinds of analysis. What-if analysis, working for what from known or assumed conditions, allows the user to vary certain values to test results to predict outcomes if changes occur in those values. Sensitivity analysis models ask what-if questions repeatedly to predict a range of outcomes when one or more variables are changed multiple times. Backward sensitivity analysis helps decision makers with goal seeking. And we know there is multidimensional data analysis and OLAP as key business intelligence technologies. Spreadsheets have a similar feature for multidimensional analysis called a pivot table, which managers, super users, and analysts employ to identify and understand patterns in business information that may be useful for semi-structured decision-making. Next slide, please. Okay, the second one is about decision support for senior management. The purpose of Executive Support System, or ESS, is to help C-level executive managers focus on the really important performance information that affects the overall profitability and success of the firm. Currently, the leading methodology for understanding the really important information needed by a firm's executives is called the Balanced Scorecard Method. The Balanced Scorecard Method is a framework for operationalizing a firm's strategic plan by focusing on measurable outcomes on 4 dimensions of firm performance, such as financial, business process, customer, and learning and growth. Performance on each dimension is measured using key performance indicators, or KPIs, which are the measures proposed by senior management for understanding how well the firm is performing along any given dimension. The balanced scorecard framework is thought to be balanced because it causes managers to focus on more than just financial performance. Another closely related popular management methodology is business performance management, or BPM. BPM attempts to systematically translate a firm's strategies, such as differentiation, low-cost producer, market share growth, and scope of operation into operational targets. Once the strategies and targets are identified, a set of KPIs are developed that measure progress toward the targets. Corporate data for contemporary ESS are supplied by the firm's existing enterprise applications. ESS also provide access to news services, financial market databases, economic information, and whatever other external data senior executive require. ESS also have significant drill-down capabilities if managers and more detailed views of data. Next slide, please. Okay, finally about Group Decision Support System, or GDSS. GDSS are interactive computer-based systems that facilitate the solution of unstructured problems by a set of decision makers working together as a group in the same location or in different locations. Originally, GDSS required dedicated conference rooms with special hardware and software tools for documenting and ranking ideas. GDSS capabilities have evolved along with the power of desktop PCs, the explosion of mobile computing, and the rapid expansion of bandwidth on Wi-Fi and cellular networks. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I'll give it back for moderator.
Okay, guys, thank you for explaining the presentation today. I think that's all for group 4. I hope you guys get deeper understanding for the material. And then thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.